Ali. Fernando, how are you today?
Hello, Caio. Good morning. Good morning, everybody, to all Facebook fans around the world. We are here with Caio to bring you the best moments of this exciting match.
Absolutely. So, we were here last year where we saw Pfungstadt completely dominant from start to finish. What does Mercês need to do today to at least challenge to win a set or two? As we see the starting lineups of both teams, Pfungstadt making a couple changes from yesterday. They're going to start the young German international Johannes Jungklausen as the second striker option alongside Patrick Thomas. And we'll also see the introduction of the 21-year-old Paul Janssen into the defense alongside Schroeder and Sebastian Thomas. On the other side of the field, see Brados in the attack alongside Jaime Andrioli. They will have a lot of work to do if they want to put pressure on this Pfungstadt defense. Behind them, they'll be joined by Salo and Lincoln. So we'll get underway here. Douglas set to serve. We'll see if he decides to attack Patrick Thomas early. This time deciding to go to the youngster, but good first touch from Paul Janssen. First direct ball opportunity here for Patrick Thomas. First touch a little bit wild there, and the first point going the way of Pfungstadt. Fernando, you were here for the earlier match today. How has the fields been holding up after all of the days of rain so far?
Yeah, as I could see early in the morning, the field is better than yesterday, but still some places the ball is not bouncing so well. There are some spots with mud, not so much as yesterday, but the players must pay a lot of attention in these places.
Yeah, for sure. We've gotten really lucky today with the weather. No rain yet so far, a little bit warmer. So expect some more precision out of these spots. As we see Douglas getting his team on the board. Used to playing in rainy conditions. Bounce set opportunity here for Patrick Thomas. And perfect ball shot down and out of play for another easy Pfungstadt point. This Mercês team, long storied history, Pan American champions in 2018. Douglas and Jaime returning to show the fistball world what they still have. Crafty players, but they have their work cut out for them here. Free ball opportunity now for Pfungstadt. Perfect ball pushed to the front, direct ball. Slam to the far side. Great first touch there. Opportunity now for Jaime. About 3 meters though, still not getting the precision on the sets that they need. Set up here for Patrick Thomas. Just crushed down the middle. No chance for Salo Diaz in the middle. Very routine first touch from Jonas Schroeder. The set is a bit far, but good reach over the line. Johannes Jonklausen getting involved in the action. So nothing crazy on the side of Pfungstadt. Sticking with a very traditional perimeter defense, just playing simple, playing controlled, and Mercês really not getting enough pressure yet on the serve or the counter attack. So Mercês taking a moment to call timeout, just calm themselves down a little bit. They like to play with a lot of confidence and swagger, but can be very hard to be confident against such a formidable all-time fistball team. So out of the timeout, Douglas back at the line. His team down 5-1. It's a good drive to the near side, but no problem here for Jonas Schroeder. And another huge drive to the far side, but just barely out of bounds. So a good break for Mercês out of the timeout.
It's a good start for Pfungstadt. 5-2 it's good for Pfungstadt, and Mercês is having problem to counter-attack. I couldn't see any chances or good opportunity to Mercês counter-attack Pfungstadt so far.
Not yet. They've gotten some decent first touches, but the setting just has not been there, as we see another wayward second ball, and a lot to do there to get it over, and just barely. Great play from the Mercês middle player, right at the number one from Mercês. Had to duck out of the way of that one. It was such a shame to see when the rosters were announced for this tournament. We saw Luan Brendler, who was on that 2018 Pan American Championship squad, but picked up a knee injury just before the tournament, so unfortunately won't get to see him this tournament. So the defense really needs to step up if Mercês wants to take this match. Strong serve to the side of Jaime. Yeah, not enough pressure on that ball, so another direct ball for Patrick Thomas. Another huge drive, but excellent first touch. The set for Jaime. Rolling over the line. Took an unfortunate forward roll, but took out Patrick Thomas. Direct ball for Johannes Jonklausen. JJ with the smash. Too strong for Jaime. Pfungstadt looking calm, cool, and collected so far, despite a different starting lineup. This time, Douglas trying to take out Patrick Thomas, but just a bit too far on that serve. Both Douglas and Jaime known for their crafty serving, opting a lot for those hard angle shots. Short middle balls, but really haven't seen too much of that. Trying to just use the wet field, and that time, powerful strike into the gap between Sebastian Thomas and Jonas Schroeder in the back. Short middle ball. Good defense from Douglas, but a free ball now for Pfungstadt. And that typically spells disaster for any defense, as we see. Down and out. no mistake about it, that ball absolutely crushed to the far side. So 9-4 here in set number 1 in the best of 5. But again, with the rule changes, every single set matters. So we'll see how Mercês close out this set, see if they can come back in. Good first touch from Paul Janssen. The set, again, perfect for Patrick Thomas, and just opting for that short middle ball. Mercês defense caught on their heels. So set point now for Pfungstadt, looking to continue their dominant performance so far. Really good depth on that ball, but kept alive by the Pfungstadt defense. Here's a free ball opportunity just out of bounds. Trying to put pressure on that back line. Fields here at Duque bouncing up a lot, so if you can put a high topspin rolling ball to the back line, it causes fits for those back line players, frequently running out of room with the fence. So 5 more set points. Patrick Thomas right at Douglas. No problem for him. Oh, what a shot there from the Mercês veteran, and the crowd really appreciating that one. Had to reach very far, guiding it out of bounds. That is more like what we're used to seeing from Mercês. Another good first touch. Direct ball here for Jaime. Short ball, but well tracked by Sebastian Thomas, the older Thomas brother. Up for the block now, Jaime. Yeah, but we saw yesterday Patrick Thomas just too dominant in those close situations at the line. So first set going the way of Pfungstadt, 11-6.
Kyle, once again, the set is making the difference for Pfungstadt. And when you play with a player as Patrick, when he receives the ball over the line, he has such variety of attacks. It's very hard to the defense play against him. So makes very difficult for the defense play against a striker like Patrick.
Absolutely. Just so blessed that he has so many able-bodied setters around him, so I'm sure it makes his life a lot easier, but it was a bit more promising from Mercês towards the end there. Fernando, what would you like to see out of the timeout for Mercês? Would you like to see more of those hard-driven balls to the back line, or do you think that Douglas needs to start attacking Patrick Thomas more defensively?
Yeah, they're trying the long balls, deep balls, close to the line. But yeah, could be a good possibility. Attack Patrick Thomas, try something different. Could be a good possibility. But of course, they need change. Try something different at this point of the match. With 0, yeah.
Yeah, it's truly pick your poison against Pfungstadt. If you try to test Patrick Thomas defensively, he is still very skilled in that department, and they always are going to be setting up good setting opportunities for his attacking partner, Johannes Jungklausen. First ball, driven to the back. Great first touch. A bit forward, but excellent play by Jaime going under the net to bring it back. But free ball opportunity. Need to defend once more. Down and out. Nearly reached there by Douglas on the far side. He read it well. He knew what was coming, but just too much pace and power from Patrick Thomas to start. field conditions. Just a striker's dream. The high bounces, but also the wetness on the skip. Almost plays like indoor on a slippery surface. But as I say this, Douglas using that mud patch in the middle of the field for a short ball point for his squad. This German team, no strangers to playing in muddy conditions. That 2017 World Games in Poland, just a complete sloppy mess. But despite that, Germany able to come away with the gold medal despite an injured Patrick Thomas. So Mercês enjoying an early lead so far. The rare service error from Patrick Thomas. Good tracking there from Jaime, hitting it on the way down, and a decent set for Douglas. Good depth, but not enough to get past Sebastian Thomas. High set from Jonas Schroeder. Sent deep. Good tracking by the corner defensive players, but that ball sailing out of bounds, just running out of room for Mercês to get to.
Even when the ball is far from the line, Patrick always do something different. He can attack with powerful every time. That's impressive.
Beautiful serve from Douglas, just outside of the outstretched arms of Paul Jensen. Getting some coaching from the Pfungstadt veteran Andrew Fernando on the bench. Another short middle ball, but so much backspin, catching the mud, and absolutely no chance for Mercês to defend that one. So a bit of a server battle here, 3-3. Again, every set counts here in the World Tour Finals. Attacking Patrick Thomas's feet, well defended. So now we'll see Jonas Schroeder, third option striker. He had a few return points yesterday, but that time well covered. That ball just barely out of bounds by Jaime. He really hasn't had too many looks yet on the ball. Sure, he will want that one back.
They need to make better this touch, because they didn't manage to set a good ball for the front players, so the things get more difficult for them if they couldn't improve their defense, the first defense, and also the set.
Yeah, Jaime, one of those attackers that really needs to get involved early and often, but he's really only had one or two looks at the ball in return. Good coverage, but positioning from Sebastian Thomas was good, but just mishandling it. Sebastian lined up about 3 meters behind that back line. He knew that that hard-driven ball was coming his way. The lead is only 2. But ball in hand for Patrick Thomas. That's out. And he's motioning like he knew he needed to just hit that one into the field and let the slippery conditions do the rest. This would be big if Mercês can get a good first touch at the ball, get Jaime involved. What can they do? Unfortunate at the feet of Douglas, not able to pull that one up. Normally a superb defender, but Patrick Thomas just so tall. Had a clean look right at Douglas's feet. So 7-5, Pfungstadt, Douglas. Deep driven ball. What a first touch from Jonas Schroeder directly out of the air. perfect set. Using the field, no doubt about it. Another winner for Patrick Thomas and Pfungstadt. Jonas Schroeder again, just making the defensive position look so easy. So timeout called. Mercês, will they look to their bench out of the timeout?
And we have to say that Pfungstadt is doing a great work in defense, setting, attacking. This, like yesterday, they did a very good job, teamwork against Sojipa. It was 2-0, and today they are repeating the same performance than yesterday.
Yeah, we really didn't see any weaknesses on the side of Pfungstadt yesterday. Normally you can pick out one or two things where you say, oh, well, they need to improve this. It could be a thing to exploit, but you really couldn't fault them at all yesterday against Sojipa. They did let up a little bit of a run towards the end, but I spoke with Patrick Thomas yesterday, and he just a little bit of a lack of focus towards the end, and that is all the difference. They need to keep that 100% level from start to finish. These teams are just too good, and they always have a chance to come back in. It's a really high set, but 3 meters. Good tracking there on the defense. So now we have a bounce set opportunity for Jaime. It's really close, though, and unfortunate there to hit into the line. It's got to be so frustrating as a striker to finally feel like you have an opportunity to hit, but you have someone 6'7" waiting for you at the line. So service error will set up another slew of points for looking to take care of business. Good depth on that serve from Douglas, right at the feet of Jonas Schroeder. Another set point for Pfungstadt. Patrick Thomas. Huge serve to the back line. Perfect depth, and that'll do it for set number 2. Pfungstadt yet to drop a set here in the World Tour Finals. Mercês, yesterday they dropped their match 3-1 versus the bolstered squad of Duque de Caxias. So it's going to be a hard road ahead in semifinals.
At this moment of the match, Pfungstadt looks so confident. The players are so calm. They are really believing in this victory. And we're talking here that for the Brazilian players, it's so hard to play against a team that usually block the attack. It's hard to play against a block, but for Brazilians it's harder because we are not used to play in these conditions. And one of the best strategies, in my opinion, for Pfungstadt is the block, because Patrick has a big range with big arms, long arms, and for them is a very good strategy. And for the Brazilian players, it's hard to play with this kind of strategy.
Yeah, it's just they have so many weapons at their disposal, and we really haven't seen too much of the block in this match. There hasn't been a ton of good setting situations for Jaime looking a bit frustrated on that far side. But expect them to get more involved in their final group stage match against Sojipa. So for Pfungstadt out of the timeout, going to go back to a more veteran lineup. Lucas Schubert back into the rotation, as well as Andrew Fernando in defense. And that's more like it from Mercês. First point, a good setting situation for Jaime, and he does what he does best. I'd say more than a lot of these Brazilian teams, when the set is ideal for Jaime, he's just so good at identifying the right shot selection. And that ball just barely out of bounds, unfortunate.
Once again, problem with the first touch. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's tough because the Mercês players, they really don't get to see the type of serve that Patrick Thomas has here in Brazil. Maybe occasionally against someone like Arnold or Gabby Heck, or even Rodrigo of Sojipa to an extent, but it's just an onslaught of hard-driven balls to the back line. Douglas, another driven ball to the back. Sebastian Thomas waiting for it behind the line. Direct ball, Patrick Thomas to the corner. That's a really nice first touch, though. How's the set? Rolling forward. It's a really nice one. 1 meter. Shot down and out. Point for Mercês. And that's exactly what they needed. That good first touch. The set rolling forward about 1 meter. Jaime showing why he's one of Brazil's finest attackers of the ball. Yeah, the first touch not quite high enough. The set for Douglas is really nice, but too easy for Sebastian Thomas. And that time, Patrick Thomas just identifying Douglas not quite back enough on defense. Wisely shooting it right at his feet. Another really strong serve to the back, but handled by German international Jonas Schroeder. Short ball. It was well read by Douglas, but just no bounce, hitting that muddy patch in the middle of the field. Hard-driven ball, Andrew Fernando. Set from distance from Jonas. Just ridiculous, like falling down, perfect angle. And an opportunity now for Douglas. High arching set, 3 meters. Good touch from Lucas Schubert. Driven ball, that ball crushed to the back, but beautiful first touch. Set from Douglas, high rolling, 1 meter. Short ball. Beautiful selection from Jaime. He is just so crafty there. Just cushioning that ball barely over the line. Too much for Lucas Schubert.
When Jaime received the ball over the line, he had the skill to make the points, but the problem is the defense of Mercês is not managing to do that. So that's one of the problems in the defensive system of Mercês.
It's one of the hardest jobs in World Fistball to defend against that man right there, Patrick Thomas. Ooh, good coverage there. Ball's still in play. Douglas from distance, just sending it deep. Sebastian slipping a little bit, so tricky set here for Patrick Thomas, a bit far off. Short ball, and Jaime just not ready for that shot selection. The defense of Mercês starting to move really well, though, covering for each other, but it's third set. Never quite got out to that hot start that they needed. Covered well by Patrick Thomas. Jonas Schroeder, another strike opportunity for him. This time covered well, direct ball opportunity. Patrick Thomas showed block but went away with it, and beautiful strike from Jaime right down the line. Certainly looked like the line did get nicked a little bit. It did. So tough break. Jaime, one of those maximum strikers. He believes he can make a point in any situation there, opting for that hard angle line shot. Just didn't come up that time. Set for Patrick Thomas, 1 meter. Crushed, but excellent first touch. Set coming, a little bit of forward roll. Stands up nicely for Jaime. A long way to go now for Andrew Fernando. And that ball is out of bounds. Mercês putting enough pressure to force the rare defensive mistake of Andrew Fernando. From Douglas, sent back, so a free ball sent over for Pfungstadt to counter. Sebastian Thomas with the first, Lucas Schubert with the second. Hard driven ball to the middle. Return winner for Patrick Thomas. Back into the team, took a bit of hiatus from Fistball for a couple of years. Spoke with them, and Lucas Schubert only trained with them a couple of weekends just to get the feel for things, and it looks like he hasn't missed a beat. So still close to score 7-5.
Deixa eu chamar ele lá, né? Tá travando.
Onde que ele tá? Não tá gravando depois que ele sai, né? Pra ver ele daí, né?
So 3 points to make for Pfungstadt. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Wanted to try something different here today. Come a bit closer down to the field now that the weather's broken for us. Really nice bounce set from the back from Sebastian Thomas, and his brother disposes of that one. You always get the feeling that no matter where that first ball goes, that the set that's coming from Pfungstadt is going to be a good one. Good first touch from Sebastian. High rolling set right on the line. Good coverage. Douglas hitting that one into the ground. Jaime again going with that most difficult, high degree of difficulty shot. And it's effective that time, forcing a free ball. Pushing to the front, not quite enough for a direct ball, so settling for a bounce set. Jaime again going at the feet of Lucas Schubert. This is much better though. Jonas with a really nice set. Crushed. Hard angle shot right at the feet of Jaime. Jonas continuing to display why he is one of the best setters of the ball in the world. So match ball here for Pfungstadt. Mercês looking like it'll be another unfortunate loss for them. And that'll do it. Ball into the line. Pfungstadt taking that one. A very quick 3-0. So Mercês, unfortunate, they will not enter the semifinals, but they still have one game left against Sojipa coming up. Brazilians always fighting for bragging rights, and Pfungstadt, they punched their ticket into the semifinals, but it'll be a first or second seed. That'll be determined later on as they take on a new improved look of Duque de Caxias with Dotsie. So we'll see how it continues to play out. We're going to head down to the field with Andrew Fernando. I don't know if this is going to be too loud or not, but Andrew, congratulations, another win in the group stage. How is it feeling on the team so far after the 2 wins?
Thank you. First of all, thank you. Yeah, it's good feeling. So we started, I would say, okay, not perfect, but 2 wins till yet. So I think it's okay. Yeah, so.
How does it feel to mix in all of these new faces? Obviously, you've played together in some form over the years, but not this specific team. How does this team feel compared to the teams of the years past?
You mean our team?
Yeah.
With yeah, I think with Lucas, it's new. He doesn't play or didn't play in the past with us. And Johannes was in our team for a couple of years. So and Lucas, we know him. Or most of the players of us know him from the national team. So I think it's we don't need much time to find us together.
It's like riding a bike. Hey, congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.